Allcroft. He'll go through the teams as we get ready for kick-off here. It's Ben Townsend in goal, then it's Jordan Lemon, Jack Tinker, one of the people that come in, both those have come in, Curtis Turner, Elliot Owen, Paul Iggulden, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Alfie Wilkinson, James Morrison, Oliver Grejlak. Luke Rawson missing out today after getting that knock. Game is now underway, so we will just start the bench. Connor Smythe, Jack DeGruchy, Sam Kay, Tommy Marshall and Jack Watson. Just as we get a flight going over. At home to Bottisford, O'Kara Simmons has scored in Answorth, also 1-0 down. Lewis Sugden has scored. As the ball goes, I think the wind just took it away to the right, but Hyde will remain on the ball. It's Tom Pratt, gets through Turner, gets it onto this right-hand side, back into the midfield, though it goes to Scanlon, who's dropped deep. Now to Rawsthorne. Great horizontal ball goes clear, Townsend saves it. It will look like it might have just snuck underneath him. It's a great save from Ben Townsend. It's the first big chance of the game, and Townsend was equal to it. Ball forward from Townsend. Looking to get it to Morris, but he just can't ghost it like he wanted to. Hall claims, cleared away, and then Iggulden's just mistracked the ball, and Townsend's made another great save! They tried to... The ball is on the right-hand side for this throw-in from Pratt, gets it down to Rawsthorne, who likes peeling off to the wing. Something we saw from on Tuesday night, but Stocksbridge have tackle clear. Morris, lovely little back heel, gets him out of a bit of pressure, but then a brilliant sliding tackle from Fernley. Gets ball over the top, and here's a chance, and it's slow, and then the leg of Townsend saves again. Ben Townsend having an amazing game so far. Ball launched forward, headed out to the left wing. Townsend's not happy that Stocksbridge have lost that header. And then coming forward is Scanlon, out onto the left, and the ball's looking back for Scanlon again. There's another chance here, and he goes past Townsend, and this time it's over the bar. They beat Townsend on this occasion, but they beat the woodwork too. Curtis Turner, it's actually very close to the corner of the box. I don't think he'll be taking a shot from here, but we've seen him swing him in from a bit further out. So maybe he'll see this as an ideal opportunity. He did score the equaliser on Tuesday night, and today he does become Stocksbridge's second most appearance player, overtaking the legend that is Gary Hurlston. Here comes the effort, gets blocked by the wall. Tinker will take it. Tinker takes a shot, and well, Tinker, who scored, Tinker gets it on to Deakin, who brings it down, volleys it forward towards Wilkinson, headed away, and it's going to be raced onto now by O'Connor, who had a bit of space down the right, but instead it's just going to bring it back and give it back to Jordan Lemon, who takes the touch on it. He beats one man, Jordan Lemon, takes a shot, not thought, oh, what a goal! It's Jordan Lemon! It's only his fourth ever goal for Stocksbridge. He hasn't scored since he scored against Sheffield FC. 3 years ago, that is. It's Jordan Lemon who has scored for the Steels. Who would have thought that? The right back with a long range effort. Ball goes forward. Tinker heads away into midfield, but only back to Hyde, and then Rawsthorne. Over right's a really good ball that finds Pratt with plenty of space. With Pratt continuing, trying to play the ball into the middle, gets a man in the box, back to goal, lays off to right, a bit ahead of Pratt. Pratt still gets it over into the middle, header blocked, and then here comes Jones Griffiths, blocked again. Lemon with the block, it will go out for a corner. The goal. Yes, you heard that right. Only his fourth goal in 8 years, well, 6 years being for the Steels. As Grejlak just got it, moves into the box, takes a strike, it's a well hit strike, but Mersin is able to save well to his left. Finchley, George Nunn has scored. As Lemon tries to get the ball forward, but it is blocked, and Hyde will have it back in the defence with Thompson, who hooks it away. Back with Tinker though, who's going to try and use the left hand side. Gets it Deakin, his touch takes him a bit behind, he just spins round and faces the goal now. Now to Grejlak on the left. Deakin's the overlapping option. Grejlak wants to move it onto his right. In the middle to Tinker. Forward to Morris, takes a snapshot from turning, but it will be fairly easy for Mersin. Campion had taken a 2-goal lead against Penistone through Ian Gregson, but then Sam Scrivens, who made one appearance for Stocksbridge, has got one back for Penistone. As O'Connor lost one over the top, Grejlak might get onto this. He gets a touch, but then Mersin with a key save. Takes it long now, Mersin, over into the centre, like headed on. Rawsthorne chases it down, but then Turner wins the ball. sends it forward, and Morris could get onto it before McMahon has to just hook it away. Wilkinson looks to bring it down, tries to get it down to the right, but then Hyde intercepts, and now there's a counter. It's Tom Pratt. Pratt with loads of space on this right wing. Continuing on it, facing up with Tinker, puts an early cross in, brought down, shot, in its height at Townsend. One enough power in it, and that's going to be end of the first half here. Given the okay by referee James Owen. As the sun just comes out at the right time. Ball into the middle, header from Deakin is cleared off the line. Wilkinson's trying to get to it, back to Deakin. Right-footed ball, looking for that far post, headed away, goes to O'Connor, strikes it, and it's under the legs, and it's off, it's going, bundled in! I think we're going to give that as an Alex O'Connor goal, though it might well be an own goal, to be honest. It's 2-0, and I think that sun that came out did in fact come out to help Stocksbridge, and it goes in just as the ball has crossed the line. Steels lead 2-0. Fernley, who's been brilliant, Fernley, today, he's going to be especially irritated because his performance doesn't deserve losing 2-0. And then Scanlon, Launchford gets past Turner, and then Sutton comes out again. And forward to Jones Griffiths, who gets control, takes a strike, great save, and then Bell somehow puts it over. Townsend's crediting Eagledon for helping him out there with the pressure on Bell, but that should be 2-1 and Hyde back into it. Evades a tackle there. Stocksbridge will go through the teams as we get ready for kick-off here. It's Ben Townsend in goal, then it's Jordan Lemon, Jack Tinker, one of the people that come in, both those have come in, Curtis Turner, Elliot Owen, Paul Eagledon, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Alfie Wilkinson, James Morris and Oliver Gregslak. We're also missing out today after game is now underway, so we will just start the bench. Connor Smythe, Jack DeGru. And welcome to Keys Park for this Northern Premier League Premier Division match between Hednesford Town and Stocksbridge Park Steel. I am your commentator this afternoon, Adam Allcroft. This commentary is sponsored by R&R Car and Van Hire. Well, it's time for the pauper to meet the princess. Both Hednesford and Stocksbridge were promoted by the playoffs last year, but they are two very, very different teams, despite a very similar origin story. Stocksbridge, we all know what we're like. We know that we run on tight budgets. We're probably the smallest budget in the league, depending on what you believe and who's saying what. Always have been, even in the lower league, always been a club that has to cut its cloth very tight, do what it can, work hard, and find, gems from the scraps. Hednesford, very different. We're here at Keys Park, which is a League Two standard stadium. I don't think I've been any better at this level of football over my 5 years of doing media for Stocksbridge. It's an absolute stunner of a stadium, and you look at their players and it's just National League and Football League experience completely throughout it. So let's go through the lineup for you. Let's start with Hednesford Town. It's Tony Breeden in goal, then Jamie Morgan, Chris Hussey, the captain Joss Labadie, Ollie Harrison, Ryan Winter, Dan Trickett-Smith, Joe Doyle-Charles, Montel Gibson, Don McHale and Jermaine Hilton. On the benches, Xander Park, Akin Rose, Simeon May, Dan Turner and John Taylor. Before we go with the Stocksbridge team, we are going to have a minute's silence for Remembrance Day coming tomorrow to remember all who have fought for our freedom over the last 100 plus years.
Mr. Tony Thomas, ex-Gloucestershire Regiment. Mr. Paul Drury, ex-Chief Petty Officer, Royal Navy. And with the match ball, our sponsors, E.H. Smith, of Cannock Wood. If able to do so, please be upstanding. Our reflection of silence will end on the referee's whistle. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we shall remember them. We shall remember them.
Beautifully observed in silence and playing of the last post here, and also as we had the electric advertising audience around us, they had this beautiful, falling poppies pattern with words "Lest we forget" here at Keys Park. Absolutely beautiful observation of the minute's silence. So for Stocksbridge Park Steels, let's go through that team for you now. It's Ben Townsend in goal. Tom Charles returns to the starting lineup after illness, ruled him out on Wednesday night. Jack Tinker, Curtis Turner, Elliot Owen, Paul Iggledon, Daniel Deacon, Alex O'Connor, James Morris, Tommy Marshall and Connor Smythe. Benches Mikey Roxburgh. Zach Jagielka can make his debut, the son of Phil. Sam Kay, Jack Nigurushi and Alfie Wilkinson. Your referees today, David Constable, Kian Salisbury and Abdi Shurakani. So we just had the handshakes from our captains. Both number 4s, Josh Labadie and Curtis Turner. Josh Labadie coming from the EFL. So obviously had a share of controversy. Has had lengthy bans for biting opposition players. Curtis Turner obviously coming from, well, he's almost pretty much one of our own at this point, having originally been in the Barnes Academy. Stocksbridge will get the kick-off here on an absolute carpet of a pitch in front of us here at Keys Park. And we are very, very excited to bring you this one, as the Steels look to cause an almighty upset here at Hednesford Town. So Deacon standing over the centre of the pitch, ready to get us underway. waiting for the exact 3 o'clock mark. And here we go. So Stocksbridge Park Steels get us underway in the yellow shirts, blue shorts, blue socks, kicking from left to right, while Hednesford are in the white shirts, black shorts, white socks, kicking from right to left. Okay, Charles will plays it out. It's going to be caught by Labadie in the middle, gets it quickly out onto the right wing. Hednesford like to have quick starts in games. Stocksbridge will have to be aware of that, resist it as the ball switched over to one of the danger men, Jermaine Hilton, who's going to get help from Hussey on the left. Finds Hussey, puts it in the middle, looking for the far post. Owen, good header away. It's going to be Connor Smythe playing in left wing today, who picks it up normally on the left back, but has played central midfield as well. Already in a short time, with Stocksbridge showing some versatility. Back with Tinker now. Tinker launching it long. He's looking for Tommy Marshall, but head away by Ollie Harrison. But now picked up in the middle. Out to Smythe on the left. Smythe knocking it over the top here for Deakin, but actually he got the ball there after an initial shaky tone, but then Deakin's ball in the middle got blocked by Winter. But Stocksbridge will remain on attack here with Tinker. Tinker plays ball deflected high up into the air, and it won't go out. Well, it will go out for a corner according to our linesman on the near side. The Steels get the early set piece here, and we know how strong Stocksbridge can be from them. How big would it be against a very expectant fan base, a big fan base here at Keys Park today? Some ticket offers to get even more people here, but this is a team that got over 4,000 fans for the playoff final back in May. Plenty here today, and it'd be a chance for Stocksbridge to try and silence them. We're yet to score since Ian Richards left the club a week and a half ago. Corner in from Turner, far side, and head away for it to get to Eagledon. O'Connor heads it out to the side. Marshall tried to get to it, but cleared away by Morgan. Will go out for a throw in on the far side, still in Hednesford's half. Tinker will go to take this throw in. Steels continue. They got an early set piece, which is well delivered, but also well defended in the end. Ball going in here, and Stocksbridge on the attack here. Lovely footwork here from Deakin. Tries to get the crossing blocked. It's going to be another corner. Brilliant start from Stocksbridge so far. Again, be Curtis Turner heading over to take the corner. Will be the in-swinger he normally takes when it gets underway again. Right-footed. He's looking for the far post where Charlesworth is. Headed away though by Gibson for a get to him. O'Connor puts it back in the middle, but Eagledon, who tries to get to, can't reach it. Will go out for a goal kick. It's another well-defended set piece from Hednesford. Will be back with the goalkeeper Breeden, the 36-year-old with plenty of experience. Then sends it long, left-footed, straight as an arrow down the middle. Owen will be first to it, heads it away. Smythe tries to head it on, but well headed away by Harrison. Turner trying to contest, holds it up well, trying to get down the right, being held, no free kick given, does slip it through to Deakin. Back to O'Connor, then launched it over the top, looking for the speed of Marshall against Harrison, but Harrison should have that covered. Morris gives him a bit of a shunt. It will be a free kick quite fairly for that. We are 2.5 minutes gone in this game. Remains 0-0 between Hednesford Town and Stocksbridge Park Steels. So you do wonder if the pace of Tommy Marshall and maybe Jack DeGruchy coming on might be the secret to cracking this Hednesford defence. It is an older team, Hednesford, plenty of experience. They'll know every trick of the trade, but as Breeden's kick there doesn't exactly scream experience as he just sends that out of play. Stocksbridge will get it back. Steel's team have started brightly here so far. Playing to middle to Turner, back to Charlesworth, but closed down by Hilton. It's going to stay in. Eagledon will be back to rescue it, sends it back to Townsend, who then launches it up into the air, looking for Morris here, but headed away well by Winter. Turner tries to get out to the right, no one's going to be there for it. Will go out for a throw, pretty much on the halfway line for the home team. And plenty of threat in that time. You've got Akeem Rose on the benches with concern for later on in the game. Ball heads on by Gibson, but cleared away by Owen. Looking for Morris, but returned by Eagledon, picked up by Marshall. Trying to get past his man, just knocks it off him in the end and gets the throw in. Stocksbridge will get the throw in on a lovely day here in Keys Park. Bright, sun-shining weather. Some clouds in the sky. But quite warm to say. We're on the 8th of November now. We'll head away. Turner tries forward. Morris will retain it back to O'Connor. Turner trying to go sideways with it. Tinker's on a run. If he can find Tinker and get through, but blocked by Morgan before he can get to him. Tinker has only scored one steal, but the long ball forward, Owen misjudges. It's been a weakness this season as Gibson has it. It's been forced to the right by Eggleton, who's helped out his fellow centre-back. Back out onto the right, cross going in. It's a good-looking cross. Charles with big header away. Edge of the area, McHale shoots and high and wide. First big chance of the game going to Hednesford there, but McHale wasn't able to get his foot round it like he'd want. It remains 0-0 here. So back with Townsend now. We've got 4 minutes gone in this game, and in Stocksbridge, I mean, it's just these long bouncing balls. Elliot Owen just does seem to struggle with them a bit. It's become a bit of a concern. How you learn that skill, though, I don't know. Answer for our coaches here. John Lemon, Mark Fretwell on the sidelines today. And Stocksbridge search for a new manager continues. Deadline for the applications is tomorrow. Ball's actually stayed in there as Owen's picked up. Unfortunately, gone out for a throw, and he's looking for the run of Deakin, who's causing all sorts of problems so far from central field, taking up those wing positions as well. And he's forced a poor clearance there from Harrison. Will go out for a Stocksbridge throw in into its half. Ball thrown to Deakin. Let's get back to Tinker. Tinker just can't get it under control. Will go out for it, ends the throw in. He raised his foot to try and get the bouncing ball down with the left back, but could not get control of it. Throw into the home team now. With Morgan on the right. Launches it downfield, headed on, and will be pushing it. It'll just be a Stocksbridge free kick for that push. I think Stocksbridge are going to try and use this as an opportunity to get the ball forward. Turner's just steady enough to take it. It's very close to the halfway line, but Seal's confident that they can pick up second balls from this sort of set piece. You see the instructions coming from Mark Fretwell towards Tom Charlesworth, whose job is to make sure Hilton can't begin a counter-attack if this doesn't go to plan. Diagonal ball in the middle, it's going to fall, and then Elliot Owens just dragged down Montel Gibson as it went in, and it will be a free kick at halfway through. It's quickly taken by Breeden. He's trying to get it out to the right, but he's with the winger there. Oh, actually took a great touch to get it past Tinker, but then well in from Alex O'Connor helping out his really good friend as well as former teammate of the Barnsley Shadow Academy. Stocksbridge get the ball back here though through Deakin, who's having a brilliant game so far in the early moments. Back to Charlesworth, who gets it forward looking for Morris. Headed away by Harrison into the middle. Deakin holding on to it. Back it goes to O'Connor across to Eggleton, who gets it forward. Morris holding up well on the right hand side with a foot in as they get the ball back. Marshall trying to keep shape as it goes back to Harrison and back to Breeden. Marshall will press, and Breeden though does well. Straight kick forward, up into the air by Doyle Charles, but picked up by Smythe, and then it will be a stoppage due to a potential head injury on Doyle Charles. Former Steel Jack Crooker scored for Ossett in that local derby away at Silsden. 1-0 there. Durnan District have taken the lead against Goole AFC. Sian Guest, the scorer. Ball forward, switched, headed away though by Morgan. Picked up well, Turner gets it, back it goes to Owen, who will left-footed send it down the channel, and then well won there by Winter. Morgan now clears it, rolling back to O'Connor, who will head it back onto the left wing, head it back in the middle. Morris trying to get control, can't do it, only heads it back onto the area into the path of Doyle Charles. He can't keep it on the channel, goes out for a Stocksbridge throw it ahead of over these electric advertising audience. That's, well, a very big novelty for us at this level of football. Back with Tinker now. Forward to Morris, who can't get control of it, goes out. Some sarcastic cheers from the Hednesford fans near to them, but they will get the ball back in a probable weak lovely way. 8.5 minutes gone. Ball's gone back to Breeden. He's looking at his options before going diagonal, looking for Hussey. Brings it down his chest well, takes it back away from Marshall's crest. Back it goes to Harrison and back to Breeden. We'll give it side way over to Winter as Hednesford happy to be patient on it. Going to try the quick start, realised that wasn't really going to work, and now pitched it very much over to Hilton. And now Hilton has a chance to run at Charles. Of Hilton down the left wing, Marshall back helping as Hilton looked tight to back heel to Hussey. Didn't work out. Hussey quickly forgives him. Will be a throw in to Stocksbridge. Sheffield FC have taken a 1-goal lead against Penison Church at local derby. Corey Gregory has scored. Ball goes forward. Hussey will head it back. Turner heads up into the air. It's another contested one. Turner gets the second one on. Morris tries to get it, but then Hilton will win it off him. Hilton evades a tackle from Deakin. Riches into the middle now with Labadie, and then well won by Morris. Morris, I think, wanted to launch a counter, but Smythe stayed deep. Smythe in the middle to O'Connor, now over the top to Tinker, who's pushing forward. Heads it forward, a header in, but well recovered by Morgan, who I think didn't knock it off Tinker in the end, so it will be a Stocksbridge throw-in. 10 minutes gone. Sheffield Wednesday are 1-0 down away at Southampton. Janda at the score, and Rotherham United 1-0 on Lincoln. James has scored for the Millers. Tinker will have the throw-in. Launch it down the line, looking for Marshall. Marshall? Wait, so Marshall has been called offside from a throw-in. We just have to make sure of that for a second. But yeah, you can't be offside from a throw-in, as we all well know. I think we learned in one of our I think I got that in my little handbook of how to learn football when I was 5 years old. So that's a bit of a shocker, that one, from a paid official. I think it's good that didn't lead to it. Weren't going to lead to any goal scoring opportunity anyway. Ball back to Breeden now. Left footed ball forward. Now Turner will win it after it comes off McHale. Turner down the channel, but Central will be cleared away, but then bounced off Marshall. Morris will collect it on the right wing. Marshall's offering, but Morris is facing the wrong direction. He's being forced back. Charles offering to help, but instead he's going to give it back to O'Connor. O'Connor forward to Charlesworth. Charlesworth in the middle to Deakin. Back to Turner. Turner's got a chance for a shot if he goes it. He goes for it, Turner, and it ends up going wide, but it weren't too far off, that one. I think Breeden, though, did have it covered all the way. Can't blame Turner for having a go, though. Scored twice against Hyde over 2 games, just a couple of weeks ago. Ball going forward, and Morgan as well to keep it in, but Smythe get it off him, but just evaded that tackle really well, and then Morgan taken down by O'Connor, and O'Connor is going to get a booking here, our first booking of the game. David comes forward with yellow in hand. I think it's a bit much for a yellow, if I'm being honest. I've seen a few far lesser than that not being given, but referee is setting his stall out early in this one. Alex O'Connor gets the yellow. That has now been confirmed. It's going to be a free kick right on the halfway line. See if an opportunity can be created. Hednesford trying to see if they can take the lead here. 12 minutes gone, still 0-0. To the left footed ball, diagonal, trying to get it into the box. A really nice little kick. Headed on there by Winter, but Townsend's out to claim it. So well worked set piece. I think just needed the forward to peel onto the header on by Winter, who did his job perfectly. Townsend now sends it forward. He's looking for Tommy Marshall. Headed away by Harrison. Yeah, it's been kicked up by Hilton, but Charles will get the block on it to throw in to the home team. Well contested game so far. Back it goes to Harrison. Breeden was shouting for the ball. Give me the ball, the goalkeeper was shouting, but as Winter, well, spoons that one into the stand. Will be a throw-in for Stocksbridge, who can't get quick enough forward to essentially launch a counter from it. That with Tinker. Forward to Deakin. He gets it back after the 1-2. Tries fine turn, but he gets tripped as he does to do so. A free kick to Stocksbridge. Turner will be the one taking this free kick again. Again, plenty of big options, but you look at the size of the Hednesford defence, you know, Ollie Harrison in particular, you just think, how can you win a header against some of these players? Early turn in, James Morris will try to give it a go as the ball goes over towards Owens, headed away this time by Winter. O'Connor gets it back in, he's won a big ball. That looked like a handball there by Hednesford, and now they're on the counter-attack. This could be a controversial one if Montel Gibson can create a goal out of it. Goes sideways after the run forward is blocked. Evades Eagledon, Deakin's on him, lays it back off to Morgan. Now back on the right hand side. Cross going in, looking for the far post, and it's, well, there's a foul there from Gibson on a push on the back of Eagledon. That might be a bit of evening up from what looked like it could have been a handball. Well, there on the edge of the penalty area on the opposite side. Jack Crook's having a good game, the former Steel. He scored his second against Ossett away at Silsden. And Sheffield FC are 2-0 up on Penistone Church. Nathan Whitehead has scored the goal. Ball launch forward again. Morris can't get to it. Head away by Harrison. Nice little touches on, but then it's cleared as it goes to Smythe. Tries to touch on, goes down, wants a free kick, not given, but the ball out to the right is too much for McHale, and it will be a throw-in for Stocksbridge. So Tinkle going to take that. Stocksbridge will be happy with the performance so far. 15 minutes gone, 0-0. Plenty of positive play, but nothing really created just yet. Best we've had was a turn shot that did go wide and was well covered, even if it was on target. As Morris loses the ball in the corner flag and commits a foul. Free kick to Hednesford. Well, that's a bit of some shocks coming in. Workington are leading 1-0 against Hyde. It's their first one with a new manager in charge, Billy Bass. And Lancaster City are 1-0 up on Cleethorpes. Stephen Yorson has scored. Trickett Smith for the covered. I think they wanted a free kick for a foul from Deakin. It's not been given. Hussey on it. Hussey being forced backwards now. Back it goes to Harrison. Harrison, right foot ball forward. Looking here for McHale, but Stocksbridge have that covered. And Charles will go back to Townsend, who cap on, will launch it away. He collected it by Winter, who can only take it backwards at the moment. Sends it back to Breeden. Smythe's not quick enough to get that. Lovely little touch by Breeden. Just chips it over the top of Smythe, and he'll get the ball back now. Taking his time with it as he launches it upfield. Well held down by McHale. Lays it off here for Trickett Smith, a very dangerous player from the league. He goes back to Labadie, who will look to dictate things from the field using the experience of League 1, League 2, Torquay United, one of the teams he used to play for, Dagger and Redbridge in the one as well. Across to Doll Charge, and Lincoln misplaced touch, and misplaced touch, and Connor Smythe got in, and then he was fouled by Doll Charles. It's a free kick to Stocksbridge. Chesterfield 1-0 down at home to Accrington Stanley. Walton score. Accrington coming off the back of that extra time FA Cup win against our MPL rivals Gainsborough Trinity. It looks like Doll Charles actually injured himself, and while he was doing that, so it will be a free kick. Some treatment now, so we've got a bit of a break in play. So we said it a few minutes ago, but Stocksbridge will be happy so far. They, I think Hednesford had one chance really, and Don McHale didn't really do the best of it, steered it high and wide, but Steels have looked good going forward. They just can't create that opportunity at the moment. That's the frustrating thing. And they are lacking their normal starting striker with Luke Rawson out for a few weeks. Won't expect him back for a bit, I'm afraid. And though he is quite hopeful that it won't be too long until he returns. And maybe that lacking that is of the weaknesses. James Morris has done a good job. He is the leading scorer for the Steel, 6 goals so far. He'll be one to try and get 7th. Had a great chance to do it against Brushall, obviously, on Wednesday night, but that penalty was saved in the last minute. Well, it's all going wrong for Sheffield Wednesday. They're 2-0 behind now. Azaz has scored for the Saints as Southampton double their lead. Townsend will take this free kick. That's on the centre circle in Stocksbridge's own half. Sends it forward and he's looking for that left-hand side, but anyway, knocked in by Deakin. Eagledon will head it on. Almost falls to Morris. Key clearance. Goes beyond Turner now towards Gibson, who gets out to the right, and McHale's has been slowed down a bit. It's really good work from Stocksbridge that stopped the counter-attack, and they've won the ball back now as well. Back into defence to Owen. Sends it forward. Morris tried to head it on, but just gives it back here to Winter. Over and across to Hussey, who will now run forward. Knocked over the top. Brought down by McHale. Appeals for a handball again. Not given again. And now over to Hilton on the left wing. Moves it onto his right. Goes sideways. O'Connor clears. And over the top of Morris. Will be back for Winter to collect. It's another handball allegation against Don McHale that wasn't caught by the referee. This one again doesn't lead to a goal, or else there'll be some questions asked. There's Breeden. Gets it back in the Hednesford goal. Tries to switch it over to the right hand side. Tinker, great side tackle, cuts it out. Now Smythe floats forward looking for Morris. Morris is trying to be the first one onto it, but some good physical work by Winter, just shunting him out of the way and bringing it back to Breeden. Breeden short to Harrison, under pressure from Morris. Marshall considering a press, but instead they'll be back with Breeden in the Hednesford goal. Now Winter. They just slowly take it forward to Labadie. Back to Winter. I think it's time it slips it forward to, well, we're looking at going to be Labadie. Instead Morgan took it over. He now launched it long. Owen will return it back. And then, well, one might trick it Smith, but and Morgan has it now. Again, launch over the top. Owen should have this covered. Takes it down. Will keep it in. It looked like his touch might have took it out for a second, but gets it forward to Morris. Morris slips as he holds it up, trying to find Smythe. 50-50 goes backwards. O'Connor tries to just recover it, gives it back to Elliot Owen. Now Eagledon, Stockbridge have a bit more space. Going forward to Marshall. Marshall touch takes him back over to Charlesworth. Charlesworth will launch it long over the top. He's looking for Morris. Will be headed away though by Harrison. And for Labadie, and Deakin goes through his back, and it will be a free kick. I do wonder if Stockbridge might, knowing Labadie's reputation, he's had a few lengthy suspensions for acting out in his professional career. If that from Deakin, knowing he wasn't going to get it, was a way to try and wind him up a bit and see if he can quickly get him a booking and maybe a red card. It's one of those where you type him into Google, you'll get some incidents come up. As Hednesford get it forward, McHale holding up well. Back to Labadie. Now to Harrison. All the way back to Breeden. Hednesford fans are getting a bit frustrated here. And I think that might be a strategy Stocksbridge have tried to employ as well. As the ball goes forward, Charlesworth reads it and heads it away. Will be a throw into the home team. As I think he's been told to get a bit more further back, let's see, for this throw in. The former Burton Albion man. In the middle now to Trickett Smith. Over to Morgan. Morgan spins it over well onto the right wing for McHale, and he gets tackled. It will come off Tinker last and be a throw in for Hednesford. Anzac have taken lead through against Tadcaster Albion. Scott Roven has scored from the spot, and Doncaster City losing 1-0 to Froddingham. Ben Kirk has scored. South Leeds also leading against Club Fawn Colliery, and Anne Wiriko, the goal scorer. All to the right here. Good touch here, but actually it wasn't a good touch. It was out for a goal kick in the end. 24 minutes gone here, and it is 0-0. Can actually match it up with a clock in the ground on our scoreboard today. Which is quite nice. There's just part of all the incredible facilities this club has. Electric scoreboard, electric audience, 4 complete stands. There's not many places here you can stand without cover. Ball goes forward. Head away though by Winter, finds McHale on the right wing. He forced back and tries to turn, goes slips, but and manages to get Hednesford to keep the ball before Deacon steps in and clears it out. In the end, Winter will get it and head it back to Breeden, who quickly sends it out to the left to Hussey. Marshall rushing to try and put some pressure on him. Hussey goes forward, out to the left here, and Charles tries to get a foot in, and he does force Hilton to go out to play with it. A Stocksbridge throw-in. I said earlier, I think Stocksbridge wanted to frustrate Hednesford. This is, big club versus a lot smaller club. The big club at home these fans here, they've come, they're expecting a win, probably expecting a comfortable win considering Stocksbridge's last 2 results, but the more they don't get that, the more frustrated they might get and get on the back of their own players. We did see an incident after Lancaster City away where Hednesford fans were not happy with their team's performance and let them know it, and some of their players didn't react well. But McHale having a good run here, good footing there from Tinker, but McHale will keep the ball. Back it goes here to Morgan. Outright, they're looking for the cross. Tinker trying to make sure he don't get to it, and then Tinker hacks at the ankles, and it's going to be a free kick. Tinker don't believe it is. He's wrong. And it's a free kick from a similar position where Rushall created their goal in the 90th minute on Wednesday night. I'm concerned, and I think Don McHale just staying on the ground for now. There's a bit of a stab at his ankles. I don't think Tinker can have any complaints really given away. He did have complaints. He shouldn't have them really. Stocksbridge have to defend this free kick from a difficult position. Again, very, very similar to where Rushall had scored from. That Southern ball that in the end was just knocked over the line by Tumani Sidibe. The most local rivals to Hednesford here as well. So, elite UFCA have taken against Maltby Main. Harrison Rowley has scored. Frickley have had a man sent off against Horbury. William Jenkinson sent off his 10v10 there. Horbury had Gibril Bojang sent off early in the game. So we'll get the okay for the free kick here. Left footed ball, look for that near post. Not far off the near post. He went for the shot there. Townsend was scrambling for a couple of seconds there, but in the end it goes wide of the post. It will remain 0-0 with 27 minutes gone. Well over halfway in the first half. Back to Townsend, who's going to try and drift it over to the left-hand side of the pitch. Morris dropping deeper, but head away by Winter. Contesting the midfield. Both teams want the throw in. It is going to be given to Stocksbridge. Right on the halfway line. Tinker will take it. Ball is with Tinker. Launched forward. Headed away. Contested. Headed on. Tinker will just allow that to go out for another throw in. Into the middle, O'Connor tried to find Tinker, it goes out of play, throw in for the home team. Morgan gets it forward, head away by Tinker. Smart just knocks on towards Morris. Morris holding up really well, and it'll be a free kick. It's a very light one given for Stocksbridge. We're quite happy, and there is it's quickly, Stocksbridge wanted to take it quickly. Ball played it out to Smith left, not given. Looked like there had been a bit of after between Labadie and Morris. I've said that I think Stockbridge do want to try and wind Labadie up today a bit to get him in the book and maybe more. Ball is back with Turner for this free kick, about 40 yards out. Looking towards the far. Eagledon was unmarked, but he just got underneath it. If he just tracked his run a bit more, just continued with it, he might have been able to flick that towards goal. McHale trying to get this down and pushes off Deakin really well. Ball back to Hussey. Back it will go now to Harrison. Over to Winter. Now Morgan. Launching it forward, and Tinker will head it away. Kept in by Smythe. He's been put under pressure. Goes out of play, and it's good work by Hednesford because they'll get the throw-in out of it. He's going to be forced further back though, Morgan, before he is able to take it. Sheffield Wednesday have got one back against Southampton. Harry and Mass has scored. The Stocksbridge intercept, and now Smythe has it. Smythe's trying to go forward. Lace pass for look for Morris, but will be covered by Wintu. Gives it back to Breeden. Morris will press. Breeden gets it out. He switches it over towards Hussey. Marshall trying to cut it out. Marshall brings it down well, just can't get the second touch. Hussey in on him there before the ball launched forward. Owen will head it away. Brought down here by Trickett Smith. Out towards the left with Montel Gibson, cuts inside, about 30 yards out, has a shot, blocked by Turner. First man onto it is going to be Ollie Harrison. Harrison moves it onto his right, looking for the switch onto the right hand side where, I'm trying to just identify, I believe that is Hilton on the right wing at the moment. Evades a bit of pressure, left foot ball into the box, it's a really good left foot ball, headed across 6-yard area, Owen clears it, still in the box. McHale's trying to turn, blocked, appeals for a penalty, it's given as a free kick the other way. Dominic McHale has been penalised for fouling his man. And I think despite the appeals from the home fans, that is the right call from our referee. Liv Phillips coming on to administer treatment there for I believe it's, I'm trying to see who that might be, I think it might be Alex O'Connor. Some treatment. So there's some other things to tell you about from scorelines. Accrington Stanley have doubled their lead against Chesterfield. Walton has scored again. I'm just trying to see if there's any other scorelines to tell you about, but it looks like, well, Club Fun Colliery were 1-0 down to Southfleet, now 2-1 up. Louis Sedont and Mark Newsham have scored, the Sheffield FC legend, the one giving them the lead. Actually, Curtis Turner, who is down and getting treatment. The club captain, who will hopefully be able to continue, though Sam Kay would be the likely replacement should he not. It is back to see. He gets a sarcastic cheer from a couple of the home fans in that corner. I don't think quite believed that he was injured, but he will just step off for a second. And Stocksbridge survive a bit of a scare on that one. As Rotherham United have gone 2-0 up on Lincoln City. Martha at the score for the Millers. They're managed by former Stocksbridge forward Matt Hamshaw. Back with the goalkeeper. Townsend sending the ball longer, looking for Morris. Headed away by Winter, goes forward. Iggulden would try to clear it, but ball switch out to the right wing. Townsend initially thought about it, but in the end it's going to curl out. Will be a Stocksbridge throw-in. Don McHale was on the chase. Hebburn have taken lead away at Prescott. Gary Martin, the goal scorer. If you are listening to us, got quite a few listeners here today with us. Please do get involved by commenting on the chat. We do try and shout you out as the game goes on, and we like seeing your comments. And if you really do want to support us, give us a super chat here in the comment section. You can give us that's a donation here, and your message flashes up on the screen, and it's all really fancy. Marshall's got it on the right hand side. He wants to try and beat his man, a bit of fancy footwork, instead going to lay off a Charlton, who gets a little scrape down the back from Jermaine Hilton. One of those where I think it's trying to be a bit subtle, but in the end it will be a free kick, the referee spotting it. Danny Deacon is going to try and stand up take it. I think they're trying to see if they could get Jermaine Hilton a booking a couple of the Stocksbridge players. Hasn't worked out as such. Tinker is the only one man staying back. As Deacon stands over the ball. We know how good his deliveries are. We've seen a few goals for Stocksbridge come from a free kick in this sort of position, but this is probably one of the biggest defences we've come across. Here comes the free kick. Deacon looking for that far post. Head up into the air, will go over the bar. It'll be a corner kick for Stocksbridge. That header, I think, coming from Doyle Charles. He's got a short option with Marshall, but he's not going to take it. He's going to launch it towards the far post. Bounces in the box, but no one can get to it. Cleared away by McHale. Smythe tries to quickly get it out onto the left-hand side, but too quick for it. For Turner is Don McHale, tries to launch a counter, but Smythe has cut that out. Good footwork from Smythe. He's got Turner on the left, right-footed pass to Turner. Turner continuing it. Can he find someone in the middle across? It's a poor ball in the end, but it goes back to Deakin. Deakin shot blocked. Good defending from Hednesford, and now it's being picked up by Gibson, being forced backwards. Gibson, moment, trying to turn, switching it out over to Morgan as Hednesford are in shape and are going forward with it. Continuing forward on the right, kept in near by McHale, back to Gibson, left-footed ball looking for Doyle Charles. Over the top of him, Tinker gets a head touch onto it, so Townsend will just come out and make sure that doesn't go out for a goal kick. But that is probably the best attacking we've seen from the Steels so far, is from those couple of set pieces. So the two sides here have only faced each other 4 times. We've only been to Keys Park twice before. It was a miserable visit last time. 4-1 to Hednesford. Nathan Joins was the only goal scorer for us that day, as O'Connor misses that tackle, but will be on the right, and Doyle Charles will look to switch it over towards Hilton. Great pass from Hilton onto the left wing. Gibson, plenty of space. Eagledon will go to meet him, but Hussey's unmarked at the moment. Back to Hussey, then back to Gibson. Marshall back to defend. Gibson trying to go on the outside, pass into the middle, cut out by Turner. Turner will clear towards Morris, who can't get control of it. We'll be back for Winter now. Winter over to Morgan. Morgan holding on to it. Back to Labadie, who gets it forward to Doyle Charles. Now over to Trickett Smith. Now Hussey. Now Trickett Smith again. Straight pass forward, finds McHale. Shrugs off Charles if he wants a free kick. But now he comes face to face here with Turner. Outside the foot, cross for the far post. No one's there. Will be picked up by McHale on the right wing now. McHale looking to cover it up. It was Hilton with that cross. McHale, left-footed ball into the middle. Owen will head it away. Head back to the edge of the area, but that means Marshall can just clear it out. We'll go all the way back to Breeden. Breeden, first time we'll just volley that one high up in the air. An absolute spinner. That Charlesworth. I don't know what Charlesworth was doing with it, but he did get the ball, so it doesn't really matter. Marshall out the right to Deakin. Deakin sideways to Turner. Turner, quite a bit of space, but no one's peeling on the left where I think he wants that pass. Now Smythe does, but and Turner is just shunted off the ball. It's one of those that's absolutely on the boundary of being a foul, but he's found the right side of that boundary. McHale on the right wing, covered by Smythe. Back to Morgan. Morgan sideways to Doyle Charles. Into defence for Winter. Over across. Oh, now it is with Hussey. Forward here to Hilton. He forced backwards. Good step foot into by Charlesworth. Now Morris has it. Back it goes to Turner. Now Charlesworth. Charlesworth sends it short here to Deakin, whose touch takes him back and pretty much back into the same position. Turns sideways to O'Connor. Now over to Turner. Turner over to Charlesworth. That's what I'm looking for Morris, but should be going to be covered here by Harrison. Harrison just into his own corner flag here, and we'll send it long. Headed on rail by Gibson, but should be covered, and is covered by Charlesworth, who takes it under control. Spins out to the right, tries to send it out, and he'll get a free kick for a shunt on him there by Gibson. In the South Yorkshire derby today, Bonds that he had taken lead against Doncaster through Jorgen Nathan, but then Lee Molyneux has equalised for Doncaster Rovers 1-1 at the Eco Power Stadium. Townsend will come up to take this free kick as they look to try and turn this into a goal scoring opportunity. Moves the ball forward from Townsend, trying to get it all the way into the box. Eagledon can't get to it anyway. Now there's a counter attacking opportunity. Gibson switching it over to the right to Don McHale. Don McHale, first space, trying to get past Tinker. He slips over as he tries to burst. Going back to Townsend, who has to slide to make sure it doesn't go out for a corner. Hednesford yet to have a corner in this game. Townsend launching it forward, looking for Morris. Headed back by Harris in the middle, but back to Eagledon, who takes it on the chest. I'm over to Charlesworth. Charlesworth pass forward to Marshall. Marshall just can't get to it. Goal covered here by Hussey. Back it goes to the keeper, Breeden. All the way forward. Headed away by Owen. Knocked on by Deacon. And Breeden tries to lock it long. Charlesworth gets his head underneath. Hooked away though well by Turner. Cul-de-sac here for Marshall, but he does get it to Morris well. He has to double back to Charlesworth. He was shouting for the ball and he got it. Back out the right to Morris. Now in the middle, O'Connor knocks it over the top. Deacon will chase it. It's been dealt with by Harris a bit awkwardly. Deacon's causing a problem for him as he's out into the corner and has to get it out, but well helped by Trickett Smith, who's touching to the middle to Labadie and forward. Some really nice passing to get out of that corner flag situation that ended up in. So again, the one-touch passing, just fails them in the final moment as he goes out for a Stockbridge throwing, but it did get them out of trouble, and it's going to be a Stockbridge showing on the halfway line. Sheffield FC 3-0 upon Penistone Church. Harrison Poulter, his former Steel, has scored. Ball is going to be headed out. It's going to be this time it's actually going to be a Hednesford throw-in. Right back to Breeden. Left footed ball forward. Knocked on well. Held up by Trickett Smith. Sideways to Gibson. Gibson trying to go sideways, but well intercepted by Deacon. Marshall will clear, but only back to Winter. Now Harrison. And back to Breeden then. Taking his time for it, left-footed, trying to get it to the right. Can be held up well here by McHale, and now he gets to have a chance to run at Tinker. Lays it off forward to Hilton. Hilton back to McHale on the edge of the box and right wing. Good ball in the middle. Turner has to head it over his own bar. It's Hednesford's first corner of the game. 42 minutes gone. Durham District 2-0 up on Goole. Kian Guest has scored again. He's having a good game. Corner's going to be taken by Hussey, so it'll be an in-swinger with his left foot. Plenty of people in the 6-yard lot. Far side. This looks a bit like what Arsenal do for their set-piece routine. Hang everyone over on the far side of the 6-yard area, and they all move in at the last minute. Will it be as effective as Arsenal's set-piece routine is? They all move into the middle, but this time Iggulden heads it away. Charlesworth is trying to make sure it doesn't go out, and he does very well on it. And Charlesworth will clear it. Looking for Marshall, but headed back away by Doyle Charles. Well rescued by Harrison there, but then it goes back to Deacon. Forward to Turner, who launched it forward. But will be covered by Winter, who chests it down for Morgan, back helping. Deacon closing down forward, but only for Turner. Turner gets it back forward, looking for Smythe, finds Smythe. And then pass is just blocked and will go out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Thrown back to Charlesworth, who takes it under control. Knocked over the top, looking for Morris, who holds it up, being held by Harrison. Gets it wide to Marshall. Marshall high lofted cross, no one's there for it. Breeden will catch it uncontested and quickly launched out for McHale. McHale now. He's only got O'Connor to run it because Tinker had gone forward. Now, here carrying on is McHale. Gets it forward to Gibson, who's still on the right wing. Back to Doyle Charles. Stockbridge have got their defence back, but the cross goes in. Far post. Look for Hilton, who gets a header. It's on target, but right at Townsend. I think Stockbridge did well to get plenty of people back on that one. Townsend will get it forward now. He's looking for Morris, but head away. Hilton will chest it down, but this goes onto the left. Hussey will clear. Iggulden will return it on. Headed back by Hilton. It's McHale bringing it down. Gibson working it on well, but Marshall will get it. Tries to knock it off Labadie, but he can't do so. Will be there's going to be 3 minutes of added time in this start. It's actually now being given to the Stocksbridge throw-in.
3 minutes added on time. 3 minutes added on time.
Cleef ups and equalises against Lancaster City. Josh Walker has scored. Charlesworth, ball going forward. Headed away by Harrison. O'Connor will head it back, looking for Smythe, but the ball has been cleared by Doyle's charge. It goes on to the right where Mikhail's touch takes him further back. He's been pressed by Tinker. Back it goes to Winter. We'll then get it back to Breeden. Breeden slices that a bit, allows Charlesworth to head it forward. Morris can't get onto it, being in offside position. Breeden will happily take it to feet outside his area, and he'll just dribble it into his area and then dribble it right back out of his area. Then switches it over to the right to Morgan, who keeps it in with the lifted right foot in the middle to Doyle Charles now, who's still deep, being forced back by O'Connor's press. Now back into defence and back with Breeden. Taking his time with it now. West Ham have equalised in the Premier League. Callum Wilson has scored 1-1 there. Ball forward, headed on well, but Iggulden cuts the header on from Gibson. Doyle Charles will head it back. Iggulden will return it into the middle. And that touch on Smythe just gets Richard in the midfield, eventually just falls to Turner, who's going to charge forward. Turner just been forced wide a bit there, some good defensive work here. As Charlesworth goes forward with it now. Puts the ball into the middle, good looking ball, cleared away though over the top of Turner's head. O'Connor flings it right for the first time, it's too much for Charlesworth, he can't keep it in. It's a throw in for the home team. Minute and a half at a time has now gone. Warrington Town have taken lead against Stockton, Chris Doyle the goal scorer. Ball goes forward, headed on by Gibson. Owen returns it forward, headed back away by Winter. Iggulden will get it back in the middle. Gibson trying to get onto it, but loses out on that battle. Charlesworth on the ball now, down the channel and out of play. Throwing to Hednesford. Back on the left here for Hussey. Harrison launching it long. Iggulden, good header away. Turner tried to get to it, but well won by Trickett Smith. Doyle Charles tries to switch it, but he's going to go well behind Mikhail, who does well to keep it in and make sure it's not a Stocksbridge throw. Ball forward. Well headed on by Gibson, but he's come on the back of Iggulden. It will be a free kick. Lewis McCaskill scored for Claycross, making it 5-1 to them. I don't even know what league they're in these days. UCL, I think. So back on a free kick on the edge of the area for Townsend to take. As we approach half time here, we have had the 3 minutes. As well goes long, and that will be that. So it's 0-0 here. It's not been one of many chances. The Steels have done really well controlling Hednesford and had a few little moments for themselves, but you'd have to say 0-0 is a fair score line at the moment. It's Hednesford 0, Stocksbridge Park Steels 0 as we go into the break. I'm Adam Allcroft, commentator. We're sponsored by R&R Car and Van Hire.
Stocksbridge Park, we'll go through the teams as we get ready for kick-off here. It's Ben Townsend in goal, then it's Jordan Lemon, Jack Tinker, one of the people that come in, both those have come in, Curtis Turner, Elliot Owen, Paul Iggulden, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Alfie Wilkinson, James Morrison, Oliver Gregg, likely we're also missing out today after getting that knock. Game is now underway, so we will just start the bench. Connor Smythe, Jack DeGruchy, Sam Kay, Tommy Marshall and Jack Watson. Just as we get a flight going over. At home to Bottisford, O'Kara Simmons has scored in Answorth, also 1-0 down. Lewis Sugden has scored. As the ball goes, I think the wind just took it away to the right, but Hyde will remain on the ball. It's Tom Pratt, gets through Turner, gets it onto this right hand side, back into the midfield though it goes to Scanlon, who's dropped deep. Now to Rawlsthorne. Great horizontal ball goes clear, Townsend saves it. It will look like it might have just snuck underneath him. It's a great save from Ben Townsend. It's the first big chance of the game and Townsend was equal to it. Ball forward from Townsend, looking to get it to Morris, but he just can't ghost it like he wanted to. Paul claims, cleared away, and then Iggulden's just mistracked the ball, and Townsend's made another great save. They try to. The ball is on the right hand side for this throw in from Pratt. Gets it down to Rawsthorne, who likes peeling off to the wing. Something we saw from on Tuesday night, but Stocksbridge have tackle clear. Morris, lovely little back heel, gets him out of a bit of pressure, but then a brilliant sliding tackle from Fernley. Gets well, ball over the top, and it's here's a chance, and it's slow, and then the leg of Townsend saves again. Ben Townsend having an amazing game so far. Ball launched forward, headed out to the left wing. Townsend's not happy that Stocksbridge have lost that header. And then coming forward is Scanlon. Out onto the left, and the ball's looking back for Scanlon again. There's another chance here, and he goes past Townsend, and this time it's over the bar. They beat Townsend on this occasion, but they beat the woodwork too. Curtis Turner, it's actually very close to the corner of the box. I don't think he'll be taking a shot from here, but we've seen him swing him in from a bit further out. So maybe he'll see this as an ideal opportunity. He did score the equaliser on Tuesday night. And today he does become Stocksbridge's second most appearance player, overtaking the legend that is Gary Hurlston. Here comes the effort, gets blocked by the wall. Tinker will take it. Tinker takes a shot, and well, Tinker, who scored, Tinker gets it on to Deacon, who brings it down, volleys it forward towards Wilkinson, headed away, and it's going to be raced onto now by O'Connor, who had a bit of space down the right, but instead it's just going to bring it back and give it back to Jordan Lemon, who takes the touch on it. He beats one man, Jordan Lemon, takes a shot, not thought. Oh, what a goal! It's Jordan Lemon! It's only his fourth ever goal for Stocksbridge. He hasn't scored since he scored against Sheffield FC 3 years ago, that is. And it's Jordan Lemon who has scored for the Steels. Who would have thought that? The right back with a long range effort. Ball goes forward. Tinker heads away into midfield, but only back to Hyde, and then Rawsford. It's a really good ball that finds Pratt with plenty of space. With Pratt continuing, trying to play the ball into the middle, gets a man in the box, back to goal, lays off to right, a bit ahead of Pratt. Pratt still gets it over into the middle, header blocked, and then here comes Jones Griffiths, blocked again. Lemon with the block, it will go out for a corner. The goal. Yes, you heard that right. Only his fourth goal in 8 years, well, 6 years being for the Steels. As Gredslack's just got it, moves into the box, takes a strike, it's a well hit strike, but Mersin is able to save well to his left. Finchley, George Nunn has scored. As Lemon tries to get the ball forward, but it is blocked, and Hyde will have it back in the defence with Thompson, who hooks it away. Back with Tinker though, who's going to try and use the left hand side. It's at Deacon, his touch takes him a bit behind, he just spins round and faces the goal now. Now to Gredslack on the left. Deacon's the overlapping option. Gredslack wants to move it onto his right. In the middle to Tinker. Forward to Morris, takes a snapshot from turning, but it will be fairly easy for Mersin. Campion had taken a 2-goal lead against Penistone through Ian Gregson, but then Sam Scrivens, who made one appearance for Stocksbridge, has got one back for Penistone. As O'Connor lost one over the top. Gredslack might get onto this. He gets a touch, but then Mersin with a key save. Takes it long now, Mersin, over into the centre, like headed on. Rawsford chases it down, but then Turner wins the ball, sends it forward, and Morris could get onto it before McMahon has to just hook it away. Wilkinson looks to bring it down, tries to get it down to the right, but then it's Hyde intercepts, and now there's a counter. It's Tom Pratt. Pratt with loads of space on this right wing. Continuing on it, facing up with Tinker, puts an early cross in, brought down, shot, in its height at Townsend. One enough power in it, and that's going to be end of the first half here. Given the okay by referee James Owen. As the sun just comes out at the right time. Ball into the middle, header from Deacon, it's cleared off the line. Wilkinson's trying to get to it, back to Deacon. Right footed ball, looking for that far post, headed away, goes to O'Connor, strikes it, and it's under the legs, and it's bundled in. I think we're going to give that as an Alex O'Connor goal, though it might well be an own goal, to be honest. It's 2-0, and I think that sun that came out did in fact come out to help Stockbridge, and it goes in just as the ball has crossed the line. Steels lead 2-0. Fernley, who's been brilliant, Fernley today, he's going to be especially irritated because his performance doesn't deserve losing 2-0. And then Scanlon, launch ball gets past Turner, and then Sun comes out again. Throw it to Jones Griffiths, who gets control, takes a strike, great save, and then Bell somehow puts it over! Townsend's crediting Eagledon for helping him out there with the pressure on Bell, but that should be 2-1 and Hyde back into it. Evades a tackle there from Scanlon, could have gone over that and got a free kick. Now lays it off for Tinker. Tinker over out to the left to Wilkinson. Back to Tinker, ball forward. Good touch by Morris, and it's a really touch onto the left. It's forward, look for Wilkinson. Wilkinson gets it back into the middle, and it goes to Deacon, who's got his back to goal, can't do anything. Back to O'Connor, takes another strike. This one's well over. He leans back too far, and it should have really been 3-0 on that one. So, McMahon steps up, left footed shot, blocked by the wall. Back for Fernley, takes a shot, blocked by Tinker, and then cleared away. Grejlak brings it out. We might end up helping Hyde with his touch. Hooked away into the forward. Brought down by Duxbury, lays it off for Bell. Bell then tries to get it out to the left. I think they're appealing for a corner, and that is what it's going to be given. With Hyde. Forcing the patient players. Taylor Mann looks for the switch, and it's, well, it looked like a good switch and for the touch there from Scanlon, but then Tinker hadn't cleared it really particularly well, and Hyde have got it back. Scanlon, Wilkinson battling for it, and they have to put it back into Pratt, who cuts in diagonally. Over to Pratt, again out into the right. Ball into the middle, brought down on the edge of the area. Back from Pratt, shot wide. But you are our host today, and
we were saying we played much better on Tuesday, much better today than we did on Tuesday.
That's just football, isn't it? Just say Hyde probably played better today than they have on Tuesday night, but that's how it goes. And now Morris has brought the ball down. Watson's making the run. Morris is going on his own. He's trying to beat the man. Takes a shot. It's wide of the goal. It took a deflection actually, and it's going to be a corner kick to the Steels. Can that sun come back out, please? In, clears it away, trying to make it to Watson, and then it does get through to Watson after Scanlon couldn't get control. Watson lays it through, and now O'Connor comes through. It's a great ball. Here comes O'Connor. Can he get it to Morris? He does get it to Morris. Morris goes through. He beats one man, takes a bit of a touch, takes a strike. Well saved. Morris, can he get back to it? No, it's going to be Turner. Gets it back. Now Turner takes a strike. What? The goal from Curtis Turner! He scored on Tuesday. He scored on Saturday, and that one was even better than Tuesday night. It's a stunner from Curtis Turner, and it looks like Stocksbridge, for the first time in their history, will be in the second round of the FA Trophy. 3-0 here at Hyde United, and what a goal from Curtis Turner. Marshall wants the throw in to Stocksbridge, and it is going to be given. Stocksbridge just wait. Well, actually, nothing ever got given by anyone. Marshall just took it, and we carried on. You know, I did see that once in the Austrian league where they scored from it. And his Bell's taking a long-range shot, and it goes high and wide. Distracted by Sunderland scoring in the last minute. Here comes across him, doesn't make it past the first man. Cale head away. Marshall heads it on, and Watson will have a chance to count again. Watson with pace. Marshall's breaking through, but Watson's not going to go for it. But instead, he's going to continue on his own. Now he lays through Morris. Morris takes a touch, takes a shot. It's just wide. It could have been the cherry on top of the cake, but instead, it's just inches wide of the far post. It remains 3-0. And that will be the last kick of the game. It was a shot just wide last time on Tuesday night, but the result is much different. The Steels, who arguably played worse for quite a bit of time on Tuesday night, have come away 3-0 winners, and they will be in the FA Trophy for the first time in their history. The second round of the FA Trophy, that is. Goals coming. Because you'll go through the teams as we get ready for kick-off here. It's Ben Townsend in goal, then it's Jordan Lemon, Jack Tinker, one of the people that come in, both those have come in, Curtis Turner, Elliot Owen, Paul Eagledon, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Alfie Wilkinson, James Morris and Oliver Grejlak. Luke Rawson missing out today after getting that knock. Game is now underway, so we will just start the bench. Connor Smythe, Jack DeGruchy, Sam Kay, Tommy Marshall and Jack Watson. Just as we get a flight going over. At home to Bottisford, O'Kara Simmons has scored in Answorth, also 1-0 down. Lewis Sugden has scored. As the ball goes, I think the wind just took it away to the right, but Hyde will remain on the ball. It's Tom Pratt, gets through Turner, gets it onto this right-hand side, back into the midfield, though it goes to Scanlon, who's dropped deep. Now to Rawsthorne. Great horizontal ball. Ball goes clear. Townsend saves it. It will look like it might have just snuck underneath him. It's a great save from Ben Townsend. It's the first big chance of the game, and Townsend was equal to it. Ball forward from Townsend. Looking to get it to Morris, but he just can't ghost it like he wanted to. Hall claims cleared away. And then Eagledon's just mistracked the ball. And Townsend's made another great save. They tried to... The ball is on the right-hand side for this throw-in from Pratt. Gets it down to Rawsthorne, who likes peeling off to the wing. Something we saw from on Tuesday night, but Stocksbridge have tackled clear. Morris, lovely little back heel, gets him out of a bit of pressure, but then a brilliant sliding tackle from Fernley. Gets well, ball over the top, and here's a chance, and it's slow, and then the leg of Townsend saves again. Ben Townsend having an amazing game so far. Ball launched forward, headed out to the left wing. Townsend's not happy that Stocksbridge have lost that header. And then coming forward is Scanlon. Out onto the left, and the ball's looking back for Scanlon again. There's another chance here, and he goes past Townsend, and this time it's over the bar. They beat Townsend on this occasion, but they beat the woodwork too. Curtis Turner, it's actually very close to the corner of the box. I don't think he'll be taking a shot from here, but we've seen him swing him in from a bit further out. So maybe he'll see this as an ideal opportunity. He did score the equaliser on Tuesday night, and today he does become Stocksbridge's second most appearance player, overtaking the legend that is Gary Hurlston. Here comes the effort, gets blocked by the wall. Tinker will take it. Tinker takes a shot, and well, Tinker, who scored, Tinker gets it onto Deacon, who brings it down, volleys it forward towards Wilkinson, headed away, and it's going to be raced onto now by O'Connor, who had a bit of space down the right, but instead it's just going to bring it back and give it back to Jordan Lemon, who takes the touch on it. He beats one man, Jordan Lemon, takes a shot, not thought, oh, what a goal! It's Jordan Lemon! It's only his fourth ever goal for Stocksbridge. He hasn't scored since he scored against Sheffield FC. 3 years ago, that is. And it's Jordan Lemon who has scored for the Steels. Who would have thought that? The right back with a long-range effort. Ball goes forward. Tinker heads away into midfield, but only back to Hyde, and then Rawsthorne. Over right, a really good ball that finds Pratt with plenty of space. With Pratt continuing, trying to play the ball into the middle, gets a man in the box, back to goal, lays off to right, a bit ahead of Pratt. Pratt still gets it over into the middle, header blocked, and then here comes Jones Griffiths, blocked again. Lemon with the block, it will go out for a corner. The goal. Yes, you heard that right. Only his fourth goal in 8 years, well, 6 years being for the Steels. As Gredslack's just got it, moves into the box, takes a strike, it's a well hit strike, but Mersin is able to save well to his left. Finchley. George Nunn has scored as Lemon tries to get the ball forward, but it is blocked, and Hyde will have it back in the defence with Thompson, who hooks it away. Back with Tinker though, who's going to try and use the left hand side. Gets it Deacon, his touch takes him a bit behind, he just spins round and faces the goal now. Now to Gredslack on the left, Deacon's the overlapping option, Gredslack wants to move it onto his right, in the middle to Tinker, forward to Morris, takes a snapshot from turning, but it will be fairly easy for Mersin. Campion had taken a 2-goal lead against Penistone through Ian Gregson, but then Sam Scrivens, who made one appearance for Stocksbridge, has got one back for Penistone. As O'Connor lost one over the top, Gredslack might get onto this, he gets a touch, but then Mersin with a key save. Takes it long now, Mersin, over into the centre, like headed on. Rawsthorne chases it down, but then Turner wins the ball, sends it forward, and Morris could get onto it before McMahon has to just hook it away. Wilkinson looks to bring it down, tries to get it down to the right, but then it's Hyde intercepts, and now there's a counter. It's Tom Pratt. Pratt with loads of space on this right wing. Continuing on it, facing up with Tinker, puts an early cross in, brought down, shot, in its height at Townsend. One enough power in it, and that's going to be end of the first half here. Given the okay by referee James Owen. As the sun just comes out at the right time. Ball into the middle, header from Deacon, it's cleared off the line. Wilkinson's trying to get to it, back to Deacon. Right footed ball, looking for that far post, headed away, goes to O'Connor, strikes it, and it
Hello, welcome back to Keys Park for this Northern Premier League Premier Division match between Hednesford Town and Stocksbridge Park Steels. It is 0-0 here. I'm your commentator Adam Allcroft and we are sponsored by R&R Car and Van Hire. 0-0 as well, contested 0-0. So I think that was the fair result. Neither team really made any goal chances. We are now underway for the second half. So Hednesford in the white shirts, black shorts, white socks, going from left to right, while Stocksbridge Park Steels, who've just got on the ball for a second before they've gone out for an Hednesford throw-in, are in the yellow shirts, blue shorts, and blue socks, going from right to left. The teams are as follows. So for Hednesford, there's no changes to our team at the break. So for Hednesford, it's Tony Breeden in goal, Jamie Morgan, Chris Hussey, Josh Labadie the captain, Ollie Harrison, Ryan Winter, Dan Trickett-Smith, Joe Doyle-Charles, Montel Gibson, Dom McHale and Jermaine Hilton. The bench is Xander Park, Hakeem Rose, Simeon May, Dan Turner and Joel Taylor. For Stocksbridge it's Ben Townsend. We'll just stop it, Hednesford on the attack here. Dom McHale on the right goes sideways but then well blocked off by O'Connor, and then his pass got blocked but it just clear. So let's continue with the Stocksbridge team as Ben Townsend in goal, Tom Charlesworth, Jack Tinker, Curtis Turner the captain, Elliot Owen, Paul Eagledon, Danny Deacon, Alex O'Connor, James Morris, Tommy Marshall and Connor Smythe. The bench is Mikey Roxburgh, Zach Jagielka, Sam Kay, Jack DeGucci and Alf Wilkinson. Alex O'Connor has got a booking, the only one of the game so far. So the throw in here, what round Winter's going to take. And it looks like we're going to see the long throw from the centre back as the sun just starts dipping behind sunset here. Ball goes on. Owen heads it sideways, didn't go very far, but Tinker gets it, clears it. It's only going to go back to Winter. Sideways now to Doyle-Charles, who turns well out to the right to Winter. Forward here to the right. Bit of a shirt pull from Tinker. It's not penalised there on Hilton, but Tinker gets it forward to Marshall. Marshall tries to find Tinker, but he gets blocked, but then it's back with Smythe. Forward to Tinker, and then lays pass forward to Morris, and no offside were given, and Morris thought he was and gave up on it. Again, play to the whistle. We are going to stop because there's an injury here seemingly to Dom McHale. Right in front of us here. 47 minutes gone. Presenter physio heads on. Handsworth made it 2-0 against Tadcaster just before the break. Jordan Hines was the goal scorer. Rushall took the lead against Gainsborough just as the second half began. Kean Riley has scored for the Picks. And Cleethorpes ahead against Lancaster City. That was just before the half-time break. Josh Walker, the scorer. And Sheffield Wednesday are now 3-1 down. Adam Armstrong is the man who scored for the Saints. It's 3-1 to Southampton. Chesterfield equalised after being 2-0 behind against Accrington Stanley as well. Bonis, the scorer. Dom McHale does get to his feet after, I think, Physio just behind him trying to stretch his right leg. So, we weren't going for very long here before we had to take something of a break. Looks like our fans here, about 20 Stocksbridge fans have made the trip here from South Yorkshire. See quite a few of them have made the crowd here over on the left side. They're even waving as if I'm talking about it, and as if they're listening. If you're listening, hello. If you're not, I'm an idiot. They're making gestures at me, so... Here comes a free kick from Breeden. Launched long, headed on, appealed for a foul, not given here, has turned it down on the ground. Spent out to the left to Hussey. Hussey continuing to charge down that left-hand side with Marshall covering. Hussey, good burst of pace down the left, cross in, it's a good looking cross into the middle. Labadie heads it up into the air, and then it is Deakin who clears it away. Headed right back by Winter. And Deakin can only hit it behind. Bit of confusion and Eagledon has to clear it away. Owen didn't really help things with that header. It's going to be a throw in Hednesford who are feeling a bit confident after this start to the second half. It's a rare shaky moment in this Stocksbridge defence in this game. Throw to the unmarked man, to Jamie Morgan. Cross into the box, headed towards goal, and Townsend claims it with Doyle Charles ready to run onto it. Townsend's launching it long, he's looking for the run of Deacon. If this bounces right, it could be on it. Bounces Breeden well out, takes it on the chest away from Deacon and gets it away. It's good work from Breeden, the 36-year-old keeper, more than military expect. I thought Iggulden was getting penalised there on Montel Gibson, but nothing doing as he went through the back of the striker. Turner, outright to Marshall, can't have control of it, goes out for a throw-in. I suspect we will see Jet Degushi on either him or Smythe at some point later in this game. I wonder if we'll see Zach Jagielka at some point as well. Ball here on the right with Morgan, sends one for Gibson, it goes down the right corner. It's going to end up going round to play. Gibson just looking a bit frustrated as that one bounced out of place for the throw-in. Launched forward by Tinker. Smythe will head it on. Runs off the back of Morris. Labadie can't get to it. Marshall has a chance to run. He's now being pushed away by Harrison. Down the right for the runner, Charlesworth. Great little touch from the back heel there. Leave of Labadie. And actually, no, sorry, it wasn't Labadie, it was Jermaine Hilton back defending. And this Hensford get the ball back. Ball forward. Headed on by Gibson, but only for Owen, who gets it forward. Smythe tries to take it down. And it will be out for a Hensford throw in their own half. Just a talk between Josh Labadie and the referee David Constable. He's been assisted today by Kian Salisbury and Abdi Shorikani. Ball goes out to the left to Hussey. Ball into the middle. Trickett Smith, back it goes to Harrison. Now over to Winter as they look to build from the back. Prince fans, I guess, I think they're having a bit of frustration. They want to be in the lead. They weren't happy with the performance in the first half as the ball will go back to Breeden. Now we'll send it long. And headed down here into the path of Hilton, who's close to the box on that left wing. Now burst down the left here, in the middle to Hilton, gets the box in the middle, and then it's sliced by McHale, who doesn't get anything clean on it, doesn't even send it goalwards. Tinker clears. That should have been 1-0 really if he gets a clean connection onto it. Ball out to the left, as it's with Trickett Smith now. Trying to play it in now, but they are going short at the moment. Here comes the ball, diagonal to the opposite side. And Owen gets head onto it. It's going to go out for a corner kick in the end, and Hensford are starting to pile the pressure on. Hensford do obviously fans a little frustrated after being ahead against Stockton Town the last time they played here, lost 2-1 in the end to the Anchors. Now a chance to take the lead through this corner kick. 53 minutes gone. Workington are 2-0 up on Hyde. Dan Hopper has scored. It looks like we gave them confidence last night when we lost 1-0 to them. Now we're getting their third win of the season with that. Ball goes into the middle, headed away, looks a good corner as well. The first will be onto O'Connor, forward for Marshall. Touch trying to get it round his man, but well tackled by Doyle Charles. Marshall was about free and going to be stopped because Doyle Charles is down injured after that tackle. And so physio has been busy today, having to come on. Motley Main have equalised against Leeds UFCA. Luke Hinsley, the goal scorer. That's where he's ended up recently. I think he's been around most of the teams around South and West Yorkshire. Doncaster City have equalised against Appleby Frodingham. Brandon Burke has scored, and South Leeds have equalised against Club Fawn Colliery. Akram Lasilari, the goal scorer. Still seeing some treatment here for Doyle Charles. Would be a miss for Hensford, but one of the things they have is all these quality players on the bench while you wouldn't expect Joachim Rose now onto the central midfielder, he's going to be an absolute threat when he comes on. That is a hell of a card to be able to play off your bench if you need it. So he is back up now, Doyle Charles, and we'll be able to get the game underway soon. Here with Charles up for the throw. Charles still looks a bit winded, I think he might well be, because he leans over the electric advertising ordering of the opposite side, but he's actually going to be walking towards. That might be his game done. Thrown forward, headed into the middle. Labadie heads it away, and it's picked up here by Hussey on the left. Tackle goes forward, and Stocksbridge do intercept through Charlesworth. Actually is now back on Doyle Charles, looks concerned for a second as Smythe heads it on. No one in the path there, and Breeden will just allow that to come into his box before picking it up. Looking to take a bit of time with it. The ball go back into defence here with Winter. Ball going forward. Being held by Gibson, who tries to head it down. He did quite well, he was stumbling. Smythe tries to pass forward towards Marshall in his path, but Marshall just didn't get onto it, cleared away. Tinker is back in the middle, picked up by Labadie, forward to Doyle Charles, can't get hold of it. O'Connor, but he just gives it right back to Morgan. Stocksbridge aren't really making the most possession when Hednesford give it up. McHale, he's in deep at the moment, tries to pass forward, gets it to Trickett Smith, forward to McHale, takes a shot, it's Hilton, who shot is blocked and ricochets into the air, cleared away, and McHale was fighting for it, but Smith gets it away. Deacon contesting, but Labadie back into Trickett Smith, sideways to Doyle Charles, over to Morgan now, in the middle, yep, and back into defence with Winter. Down McHale there, some good play. Across into defence to Harrison, over now to Hussey. Moves it onto his right as he goes horizontal midway through the half. Over it goes to McHale, who brings it down well. So reinforced back with pressure from Smythe. Back to Morgan and into middle to Doyle Charles, who pings it forward. Owen will meet it. Owen can't really get control of it. Will go out for a throw-in to the home team. It has been all Hednesford in terms of possession since the second half began. Guiseley have taken lead from the spot against Whitby Town. Jordan Fewlis has scored, and Bamber Bridge have taken lead against Morpeth. Kofi Moore, the goal scorer. Ball is Ingenville, and back it will go here to Winter in the middle with Doyle Charles. Out forward and back to Doyle Charles. Ball curls in, headed into the path. Special Michael Gibson, the flag is up. It'll be stopped anyway. Brilliant sliding challenge from Owen, who played to the whistle, as we always say, and continued until he knew that play was dead. It's a free kick for Stocksbridge. A moment of danger. We're going to see some Steel subs now, early in the second half. I don't think Jordan Lemon and Mark Fretwell have been too happy with the way Stocksbridge haven't really had seen much of the ball. Hednesford are making a substitute as well. Doyle Charles, who had that problem, he's going to be replaced by Hakeem Rose. And that is a man who can bring it to goals.
Hakeem Rose.
Now by that cheer that the home fans are, that they know their star man's making his appearance. Alfie Wilton's coming on for Tommy Marshall for the home team, the away team. But you're not going to see it. Well, Sam just going to wait. Sam Kay's also come on. Looks like he's going to come on for Alex O'Connor. Just a bit of confusion here that eventually both are allowed on. Tinker tries to head away. Owen heads it back, and Kay, his first few touches, he's going to lose possession here. Ball goes here to Rose. Well, there's something called the commentator's curse. your bigger player up, you say he's the star man, he's the big person here, one of the best players in the league, and then he sends one high, wide, and more likely to threaten the corner flag than the post.
Place number 8, Alex O'Connor, and number 10, Tom Marshall, 14, Zach Kay, and 16, Alfie Wilkinson.
Hednesford fans are jeering the announcements of the Stocksbridge substitutes. As Townsend gets jeered, he's got all the loud home fans behind him now. But that's the sort of thing Townsend tends to enjoy more than anything else. As Hednesford on the attack again, but he just spins loose and out for a goal kick. Back with Townsend for this goal kick now, with the Steels not having, well, they haven't conceded, they haven't had the best start to this second half. Ball going long for Wilson, but headed away from him towards midfield. Kay got a foot in then to Smythe now. Smythe leads forward to Kay, who comes forward, got a lot of pressure on him, out wide here to Morris. Morris lays it back here to Kay. Kay takes a block there, and they do keep it in and clear it away. Labadie with the defensive work. Best play Stockbridge have done in this half. Now it's with Charlesworth. Back into Owen, who will send it long. Wilson will challenge, but I think that flag might go up on him if he does, and that's why he's left it for Harrison. Now he's going to activate, and Breeden will spin it over to the right. It's looking for McHale, but it might just fall short, and it does. Smythe has picked it up. I think Tinker's just gone into McHale there. It could have been penalised a free kick. Out wide here to Morris. Morris has got more space than he realises. Take a shot, blocked by Harrison. It's going to go out, and Charles is going to allow that to go out for a throw-in. It's actually stayed in play. It's bounced on the line and stayed in. Back to Turner, who tries to knock the void. Block, back it goes to Eagledon. Over into the middle, and Labadie misses that tackle. Turner will go forward with it. Turner lays it out to the back to Morris, and then we've moved on to the right wing with Alfie Wilkinson up as centre forward. Now here comes the ball in, and it's over top of everyone, and Breeden will collect. Ball going forward, and Gibson, we had a bit of a shirt pull there, which I've heard the fans not too happy about. Span over to the left, it's a great ball here, and Hussey takes it in stride. Here comes Chris Hussey on the left. Puts a good ball in, looking for, that's a good ball! You can't fault the quality of Akeem Rose there. A fantastic ball by Chris Hussey, and with the volley off the side foot from Akeem Rose, he puts Hednesford 1-0 up, and that is the difference between these two sides. And the goal music plays here at Keys Park. It's a brilliant goal, you can't fault it. Frustrating for the Steelers, as they just had a few sort of bright moments on the opposite side. Now, but they've gone forward, it's Hussey, took that ball right in stride. It's a great cross from the former Burton Albion man in Akeem Rose, the substitute. It's a volley of the highest quality from him. It's 1-0 to Hednesford Town.
Number 12, Akeem.
Because with results elsewhere, I will double check, that could put Stocksbridge into the bottom 3 of the table. And they're going to make a substitute Hednesford as well, with Simeon May coming on. He's going to replace Josh Labadie.
Replacing number 4, Josh Labadie. He's number 14, Simeon May.
I haven't seen who the captain armband been given to. Turner now, who will send it long. He's looking for Wilkinson. Headed away though by Winter, and then cleared forward, held up by Rose, who will have plenty of confidence. Out to the left, and it's going to be picked up on this left wing, and it's like a 4-4-2 that we've seen Hednesford have moved into now. As there's a foul from Jermaine Hilton, who's dropped deeper following the goal. Back here with Townsend, who's on high up the pitch. The Steelers will look, they've lost 2 in a row, 1-0. They don't want to lose another by that scoreline, but then again, we don't want it by 2 or 3 either. Ball going long, Owen's trying to track it. Headed backwards by Winter, but he does get it back after the pass and he will clear over. It's a great block by Smythe, who's ended up with the ball here. Smythe cross, looking for the far post. Morris there, heads it back into the middle. Owen's trying to be the first. It has a side tackle, surely that's a penalty. No, it's not! That's a lucky call for Hednesford if they go on the counter-attack. And if this is not given, this could be controversial. I think it gets a block on, but it will be picked up here by McHale. McHale forward. Gibson holding up, looking to turn. Gibson lays it off right to Trickett Smith. Cross towards the far post. Townsend claims. Townsend's going to quickly launch it forward. Maybe Morris should have gone for goal with the header rather than playing it back, but that's a very big call for a penalty that was not given here in the 65th minute. Elliot Owen looked like it was a sliding tackle into his feet. It was an interesting one. I think VAR would have had a second look at the very least if we would. It seems like the sort of ground where we might get VAR at some point. Well, it's forward. Tinker can't get the head onto it. Forward to Gibson. Keepy up is to trying to find McHale there, but in the end it's cleared away. It's Kay. Okay, we'll get it over to Charlesworth. Charlesworth going forward, looking for an option. Goes right to Morris. It's not offside as Hednesford appealed for. Back to Charlesworth. Cross going in. It's a good looking cross. Smythe trying to get the headed away before he can get to him. And now it's back with Morgan who clears. Look for Tinker, who heads it back into the midfield, into defence, and Smythe gets the foul there as he put a foot in, and it's a free kick to Stocksbridge. That one probably was less of a foul than, well, the thing we saw in the box. But we won't go on much about it, I promise. Tadcaster Albion have one back against Answorth. Spencer Harris has scored, and Parkgate one up on Campion. Alex Wanham has scored from the spot. So it's with Turner. His delivery more important than ever in this game. Turner, blue ball looking for the far post. It's a poor delivery in the end, and Breeden will claim. 67 minutes gone in this game. It's 1-0 to Hednesford. Launched forward and will be picked up by McHale. It's a good run from him, and he'll put it back into the middle here for May and Trickett Smith. Forward to McHale. Back to Morgan in the middle now. Now over to McHale again. And it's a good little run here by Hilton, who avoided a push from Tinker, but then he's just trying to get past Tinker, and Tinker's pushed in the box. So fireworks have just started behind the stand. I'd say it's too early for fireworks. Look at that. So now, here comes a debutant for the Steels, as Zach Jagielka is about to make his debut for Stocksbridge. That name will be very familiar to people from Sheffield. He is the son of former Sheffield United, Everton and England defender Phil Jagielka. He's a forward on loan from Hull City. He comes on for Connor Smythe. And he, for the under-18s of Hull, he has been a bit of a goal machine. He's the opposite of his father in that he's not a defender / goalkeeper as he often did for Sheffield United. No, he's a forward. The 18-year-old will make his debut.
Substitution for Hednesford Town. Replacing number 11, Jermaine Hilton.
Got Degucci yet to come on Steels. I'd expect he'd come on at some point just because he'd love this sort of pitch. He'd get up to full speed on it.
Here's number 16, Dan Turner.
Dan Turner, by the way, has also made his way on. There's Townsend, gets probably the loudest jeer, you fat words we can't say on the radio, as Eagledon covers it. Back it goes to Townsend, who sends it upfield, looking for Morris, headed away by Harrison. Kay will volley it back towards Owen. Back it goes. Sue Allcroft in the comments going, come on, bring it back, I'm buying. She's in the ground today, so she can do it right here and then. Back it goes to Iggulden. Forward to Morris, who is playing deep at the moment. Out to right to Charles, pass forward to Kay, good pass. Back out now to the right, and then playing back here to Charles, who's going forward. See Jagielka's trying to peel off the last man. Charles with a shot, and Tom Charlesworth has scored 1 goal in his career. He was in the Sheffield Senior Cup against Nostell Miners Welfare, and he ain't going to get another if he shoots like that. High, wide, and damaged a seat. Be a goal kick for the home team. 70 minutes gone. Goes along here, headed on, but Owen will clear into midfield, and Iggulden does well to make sure it doesn't just go right back to Gibson. Now it's with Iggulden, and Iggulden, a bit of trouble there, but he passes it back to Townsend, his relief valve, and clears it away as Rose presses. Out forward, headed away into midfield. Turner picks it up, and then gets it out to the right. Down the middle with Turner. There's a run here on the right wing of Deacon. It's a good run. Holds it up. Back it goes into Morris. Into the midfield now. Then back it goes to Charles. Has to go backwards to get it. Not the pass he'd have wanted. Forward and then to Turner. Gets it out to the right, and Kay looking to hold it up. And he does hold it up really well. Evades the tackle. Back to Turner. Turner sideways here to Jagielka. Running at his man. Trying to run. Good tackle. Stopping him there. Simeon May doing brilliantly. And now he's trying to turn this into an attack. Sorry, not Simeon May, Don McHale. Trying to get past. And gets past Jagielka. McHale continuing with it. Trying to get it on his left. McHale takes a shot, blocked. Rose can't bring it down. Goes on to the left here. There's a chance for a shot, but men are back. Here comes a shot. Townsend punched it over. Dom Tickett-Smith with the final effort. Townsend with a good save. Corner kick to the home team. Thriller at South Leeds, Club Thorn Collar have equalised. Luke Williams, 3-3 there. As we were to this corner kick. Barnsley 2-1 up on Doncaster Rovers in the South Yorkshire derby. Davis Keeler Dunn has scored. So it'll be Chris Hussey to take this. See what his deliveries can do already. Here comes the ball to the far post. Headed away well by Iggulden. He was trying to get onto it but couldn't. Back out to Hussey, who's going to go 1-1 with Morris here. Trying to get down to the touchline. Right foot ball into the middle. Townsend claims. Townsend's rushing out and he's going to boot it forward. He's looking for the run of Jagielka here. It's not a confident head away here by the defender, but it does get it away in the end. I think it was Simeon May there with the header away. Tinker will come up to take the throw in. Floodlights are on here as we're not too far from the end of the game. 73 minutes gone. Back to Owen, forward to Deacon and to Owen. Forward to Jagielka, forced backwards and just loses the ball on that occasion. Clears his block, but it makes his all way to Gibson, who holds it up. Sideways to Rose. Rose over to the left wing now. Running down his man, here comes right foot shot at the near post, hits the post, Rose picks it, blocked, and then it's not cleared by Stocksbridge. It's in the box and they've got it back Hednesford. Back it will go though to McHale as they'll look for another ball into the box. They've got the overlap of Morgan, not being taken high, lofted one looking for the far post, headed towards goal, it's 2-0, it's Montel Gibson. And that's game over you'd think, unless Steele can launch a big comeback. Steele failed to clear and are punished. And Stocksbridge have been so good in this game for large parts, but just this quality is paying dividends, and Steels will probably hope for a cross like that to do better from, but it hung really nicely for Montel Gibson to attack it. Obviously there are going to be questions about things that we were 1-0 up, but now 2-0 to Hednesford. 15 minutes to go. Disappointing for Stocksbridge.
Goal time 73 minutes. Entertain those
James
fans.
River equalises for
Number
Rushall.
9,
Will Lancaster has scored. As it's going to be a substitution, goal scorer Montel Gibson is going to come off. He's been replaced by Jack Eaton.
Substitution Asa Taylor. Replacing number 9, Montel Gibson. With number 15, Joel Taylor.
So we've got two turners on the pitch now for the home team, one for the Steels team. It's Hallam at 2-0 against Bishop Auckland. Jack Brownhill has scored. Ball back to Charles on the right. Stocksbridge want to see if they can do any sort of comeback. And well, that went comfortable by Breeden as he launches it away. He keeps it in really well. That's just the quality. I think normally you'd see that get blasted over and be an attacking throw. Instead, it's in Stockbridge's half. Ball throwing headed on there by the Steel, but it will just go into the corner, and Breeden will clear that out. And no, it's gone out to play. Stockbridge will get an attacking throw. Bradford have won back against Burton Albion. Bobby Poynton, who a former Brighouse player, has got one back for the Bantams. It's 2-1 to Burton Albion there. As Kay knocks it over the top, it's too far forward. It will go out for a goal kick as Stocksbridge unfortunately now meandering their way to a defeat. So back now with the goalkeeper. Forward, and Stockbridge trying to force them back, and they are doing. It's going to go all the way back to Breeden. He's going to, first time, hit it forward, and then knocked on by McHale. Turner picks it up. Forward to Jagielka. Nice touch back to Tinker. Evades the tackle well. In the middle to Eagledon. Now to Owen. Takes control of it and gets it forward, and back it goes to Owen. Ball forward. Stockbridge won't drop into the bottom three. That'll be Leeds today. They're not playing. Unless Stockbridge end up losing by 4 goals. Stockbridge will get the throw in. Tinker will the throw in. 2K. Back it goes to Eagledon. Over to Turner. Back to Charlesworth. Tries to evade a challenge, continuing forward. Back to Turner. Out to the right as Charlesworth knocks it forward to Wilkinson. Wilkinson, I should have just gone with a run, I thought there, but doesn't. Get past as it blocked. Stocksbridge throwing. Can we grandstand finish be set up here at Keys Park? I got one back against Workington, I've just noticed as well. West Ham leading 2-1 against Burnley. Thomas Susek, the scorer. From back to Charlesworth. Went past Gilford looking for Morris, but well covered by Harrison. That defence has been solid all day. Steels, if they don't score in the last 10, will go 3 games without a goal. No goal since Ian Richards departed. It's Morpeth have equalised. Ball thrown. Ball forward as the ball goes back into defence as Hednesford fans are regaling insulting our support, I think, with that chant, but just worth pointing out, we didn't really hear much from them before the first goal was scored. Ball forward to Kay. Back to Charlesworth. Back to defence to Owen. He'll lay it forward to Kay. Stocksbridge just need a bit more urgency about it if they want to get back into this one as we approach the final 10 minutes. Ball forward, and Jagielka didn't get to it in time. It's cleared away. We'll go out for a Stocksbridge throw in. Back to Townsend. Over to Owen. Who sends it over to Iggulden. Now back to Owen, who has Stocksbridge build from the back. Over to the right to Charlesworth. Fast forward here to Deakin. Turning well. But then loses the ball. It'll be a foul from Hussey, and Stocksbridge get the free kick. Quickly taken. Back to Turner. Not forward, it's 2 feet far hit. Breeden will come up and collect it. It's 1,800 here. One of the biggest attendances Stocksbridge Park Steels have ever played in front of. And actually, if I check the records, I believe that is the biggest attendance that the Stocksbridge Park Seals have ever played in front of. There were an offer of £5 to bring a friend, and that has worked to bring the Hednesford fans in. Back over to Owen. Taking it out of defence, we're going sideways to Tinker. Forward to Jagielka. He's trying to turn his man, he's been met all the way. He's having a bit of a rude welcome to men's football. As Kay just intercepts. Back it goes to Owen, sending it long, but then headed away comfortably by Winter. Knocked on here to McHale, who holds it up. Back into the field to May, and McHale just a bit of miscontrol, but then gets it. Back into May, and then well tackled by Deakin. He's had a really good game, Danny Deakin. Forward to Wilkinson, back to Kay, over to Turner. And then he gets Charlesworth as he's going to run onto it here. Only really got Turner in front of him, but the pass forward is blocked, and Turner wins it back. Turner continues with it. Back out to Charlesworth. Charlesworth takes it, puts the cross in. It's a good looking cross, but claimed by Breeden. Had a very good game, Breeden. Try and go through some of the Vars games for you in a second when we get the next break. A few local teams in that if we're in the second round. Westons and Maine are 2-2 away. Carlisle City was forward, and Jagielka just can't find his own man there as Hussey intercepts. Hussey's just moved forward. It's like sort of a free at the back at the moment with Hussey in defensive midfield. As well, like that's Breeden who sends it up and out of the pitch. Going to Stocksbridge. Just confirmation of 32 away fans here with Stocksbridge today. I think I've known attendances of Breckenmore less than that, which shows you the growth we've had. As really lovely footwork from Jagielka there. Beats a second, Jagielka. Puts one in the middle. Is that a penalty? No. Kay hits it, goes wide. And it's going to be a corner kick, but that's another call for a penalty that's not being given. It was a clattering into Jagielka. Connor Smythe's not happy, John Lemon not either. As John Lemon really not happy about that decision. And quite rightly, to be honest, that one was as stonewall as you get. Here comes the corner, looking for the far post, it's overhit. Owen will head it back into the middle. Wiltshire tries to turn, but he can't get to it, and it will be claimed by Breeden. There's a jeer Connor Smythe here as he goes back onto the bench. Ball launched by Breeden, and offside flag quickly goes up there on Joel Taylor. Something happening between the fans here and the Stocksbridge bench. Not entirely sure what. So, just watching it, but there's a free kick for Townsend in the half, but Connor Smythe is complaining to one of the stewards here, and we're over something what the fans have said. Ball forward headed on by Stocksbridge, but he will go into the corner flag. Hednesford will go and rescue that one and clear it away. Clears it out, and Tinker will head it back into the middle. Kay picks it up, back to Charlesworth. over to Townsend. Ball going forward and will go over the top of everyone and claimed by the keeper. 84 minutes on, 2-0 to Hednesford. Stocksbridge trying to get something back to set up a grandstand finish. As it's great footwork here on the left by Taylor, who charges forward and then comes in between him and Kay, and it's a free kick, but I do wonder what it is right now to give away a foul. Because I think that is a free kick, don't get me wrong, but I've seen there was a worse one in the box on the opposite end that was not given. It's a free kick for Hednesford. Here comes a free kick from Hednesford on the left hand side. Ball in the middle, and then it's headed to the side. Great save, Townsend! Oh, that's brilliant from the goalkeeper. It's a well-hit volley by Ollie Harrison, but Townsend so quick to his left to make that save. Could easily have been 3-0 there. Everton 2-0 up on Fulham. Michael Keane has doubled the lead there. As Appleby Frodingham are 2-1 up on Doncaster City. Christophe Jarosh, he scores. This is in order to take this corner. Goal difference could matter at the end of the season, so defending is still key. Here comes the ball towards the far post. It's almost kept in, but will eventually go out for the goal kick. 86 minutes gone. Full time at Sheffield FC, they've won 3-0 against Penston Church in their new rivals from on the top of the hills. The ball goes forward here. Morris on the right wing, covers it well. In the middle to Kay, trying to find Morris. Tucker goes in, it's ricochets out to McHale, who's going to carry forward. Ball drilled forward, some really good passing. Stocksbridge a bit exposed here. Out wide here to May, urge to shoot, delays it, takes a shot, blocked by Ilden. Appeals for handball, corner kick. Will be a corner. It hit his chest. I don't think there was any sort of appeal. And I think the Hednesford fans chanting sort of veering towards the Seals thing should be thinking about some of the ones at the other end. You could argue that's an evening up, if anything. Hussey will take the corner. God, it's a thriller up in Workington. It's 3-2 to Workington at the moment. Hyde have just got one back though, Lewis Rawsford. Stocksbridge players just gone down in the box, pushed over, ball head away to the edge of the area, edge to shoot, but then Deacon taking it on and cleared out to the right. Morris tried to get it, but then returned by Morgan on the left, and there's some free space here. Can they get the shot off? Blocked, goes to the edge of the area, and Deacon will take it. Deacon looking for space on the left to Charlesworth. What Charlesworth will pick it up, trying to evade a challenge, does. Trying to switch it over to the right, and he'll find Turner there. Turner goes down, but still gets it through to Tinker, who's pushed into sort of central midfield at the moment. On the middle to Turner, out to the right. Stocksbridge need to think of a way how to get this forward, because they're just being a bit slow with it at the moment. West Ham 3-1 up on Burnley. Kyle Walker-Peters the scorer. Charlesworth. Ball forward to Deacon, sideways to Kay. Kay continuing forward. Good pass forward, but Jackie Elka didn't go for it. I know that he might have thought he was offside, and it did look half a yard, but the flag didn't go up, and you need to play by the whistle.
E.H. Smith of Cannock Wood. That's number 9, Montel Gibson.
Ball goes forward as Tinker is switched to right back at the moment, and Charles up on the left. I suspect that's so they can cut in as Townsend falls forward, just goes right to Hussey, who's trying to do spectacular here. but it's just going to go right into the feet of the goalkeeper. Last minute winner from what we mean. Jordan Buckham has scored in the 92nd minute. Ball goes forward, cleared up and in the midfield. Kay can only get it behind. It goes to Rose, who holds it up. Lovely ball over the top. Here comes Hednesford forward, and then Owen will cover it and clear it away. But it took a bounce there, and now they've got it back. And the ball's to Rose. He's not offside. Into the middle. Here comes the shot. Blocked. Appeals for offside again. Cleared again. And ball forward to Kay. Forward to Jagielka. Good hold. He gets it Deakin. 5 minutes at a time. Back to Turner. Charges forward. Forward to Kay. Great ball here to Charles on the left. Now Charles can go forward with it. Into the middle to Turner. Gets it on his right. Ball forward. Good. Then back to Turner. Onto the left here. To Charles, looking for the diagonal for the far side. Well, he can't bring it down as it went over the top of the head, but it's going to be a goal kick. Stocksbridge are thinking it's a corner. Actually, the referee's given it as a corner. Linesman said it was a goal kick. The Steels will get a corner kick here in added time. I think a goal now, even if it doesn't lead to any sort of result, would just be good for the confidence going into Tuesday away at Morpeth. Here comes the left-footed ball. Into the middle, punched away, and then appeals for handball. Again, that one's not given. There's been a few appeals for handball, mostly on the box bench for the Texas side, but miscontrolled there as Joel was urged to shoot. As the ball went to him, as Townsend was on the halfway line as well. What a Kay. Back onto the right with Tinker. Into the defence. Turner's dropped deep and he is the one on it. Now sideways here to Owen. Now to Jagiel to Morris. He brings it down well. Now Owen. Being pressed there by a very lively McHale. Back to Townsend and McHale continues to press as the ball launched to right. Morris tries to head it on, but it's headed away from him. Picked up by Kay. Knocks it over the top, but then booted up into the air and away. Headed on well by Shrickett Smith. And Akin Rose almost got onto it. Owen's done very well there. Owen didn't go for the pass, holds onto it to the side here to Deakin, who's going to cross the halfway line here. Tinker wants it on the left-hand side here. Going to get it now from Sam Kay. Tinker thought about the cross, not going to do it, going to continue. Here comes Kay, puts crossing blocked, and I think he's going off Tinker last. It's a goal kick. 92 minutes now gone, we've only got 3 of the added time left. It's good defending from Hednesford on that one. Answorth have sealed their own win against Tadcaster. It's a really good win. That against the team fighting for promotion. Scott Ruven has scored that goal. Ball going forward in. And Ghosting off the left hand side. It is Taylor, tackle goes in, we'll go out for a throw-in. And so just trying to burn that clock down now and get this to be 3 points for them. I'll throw it into the middle, back to the left. Hednesford just happy to play it slowly now, but it's a good tackle there from Stocksbridge, and they're going forward. Wilkinson's dropped deep. Wilkinson, ball trying to find Morris, well cut out there by Harrison, who then will launch it forward, and he launched it. Well, it's going to go out for a throw in near the corner flag for Stocksbridge. Can he play? Can he? We'll go to Owen. It's a weird one there, as it went forward, but then now to Kay, who's got some space. Out towards Tinker on the left. Continuing forward with it, but then well intercepted and cleared away. This could turn into a ball, and it does. Akin Rose holding up on the edge of the box now. Trying to turn past his man. Akin Rose, he gets past Eagledon. Chance for a shot for Rose. Straight, great save Townsend from his leg. Rose trying to pick it up, but it'll be cleared away by Tinker. It's going to go all the way to be a throw-in on their own side. We're in the last minute of added time. I think it will, despite Stocksbridge's best effort since going 1 behind and then 2 behind, it will be a Hednesford win. launched forward. Kay wins the header, but it's just going to go out for another throw-in. With Morgan now, who takes his time, understandably so, to be honest. It's one of those things. It is frustrating when the other teams do it, but you expect it, because we're about to cross that 5th minute mark. And here it comes, launched forward, headed on. Owen tries to get the ball away, and then slices out of the stadium from Winter, and that's the game over. They're not bothering to fetch that ball back. Still played well for a lot of this game, but a moment of quality. Christos' cross to Akeem Rose gives them the lead, and then a dangling hander from Montel gives them doubled it. Stocksbridge do have a moment of controversy that could have gone in their favour. 2 penalty calls that were big claims for spot kicks that were not given, particularly one towards the end with Zach Jagielka seemingly hacked down in the box. Do not know how that one wasn't given. But the Steels now 3 games, 3 losses in a row as we make the trip to Morpeth on Tuesday night. We'll see you there as we make the trip to Northumberland. Thank you very much to everyone who's been listening, and good night.
A big thank you to our matchday sponsors, E.H. Smith of Canada. Big up